Would everyone please rise and welcome the graduating class of 2022? Would everyone please remain standing to welcome the platform party?
Good morning, everyone. Please join Ms. Dahlia Steinitz in the singing of our national anthem, and please remain standing during National Indigenous Peoples Month for the performance of the Stillwater Drummers.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Chimegwich. Please be seated. Welcome to Loyalist College of Applied Arts and Technology 2022 Convocation. My name is Sean Monteith, and as the proud Senior Vice President Academic, it is my pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies for this morning's proceedings. This morning, we are recognizing graduates of the School of Applied Sciences, Skills and Technology and the School of Health, Human and Justice Studies. It is now my pleasure to introduce Pam Joliffe, Chair of the Board of Governors for Loyalist College, who will officially open Convocation.
Thank you, Vice President Monteith. Good morning, everyone. As we open today's Convocation proceedings, I would like to recognize that Loyalist College is located on the territory of the Huron-Wendat, the Anishinaabeg, and the Haudenosaunee people. We acknowledge our shared obligation to respect, honor, and sustain these lands and the natural resources contained within. I now declare the 55th Convocation of Loyalist College officially opened. On behalf of the Board of Governors, it's my privilege to welcome you to this day of celebration and to extend a very special welcome to you, our graduates. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to our special guests in the platform party as well as to the friends and family, community partners, donors, faculty, and staff who've been an integral part of our graduating students' post-secondary journey. Convocation is an incredible milestone to have reached, and we're all very delighted to share this celebration with you. I know that I speak for all the members of the Board of Governors when I say that we're immensely proud of each and every one of you and how much you've accomplished in order to be here today. Loyalist College is a remarkable place, an innovative, inspiring, and caring community with a welcoming culture and a supportive environment in which students develop into confident leaders, creative thinkers, and change makers. I'm so proud to be the chair of a board of an institution that has such an unwavering commitment to student success and to your overall well-being. When I reflect on the past year, I'm astounded by what we've collectively navigated and how much we've been able to achieve in the midst of it. It's been incredible to witness each of you persevere through uncertainty, embrace the challenges you faced, and remain dedicated to your studies so that you could arrive here at your graduation before you go on to what I hope will be fulfilling careers. What's even more amazing is the many ways in which Loyalist students stepped up to support your community during the pandemic. From administering vaccinations in our on-campus regional immunizations clinic, to building a warming shelter at the Quinte Healthcare's COVID-19 testing center, to baking hundreds of cupcakes for stranded cruise passengers at CFB Trenton. These were once-in-a-lifetime experiential work-integrated learning opportunities for all of you. I'm confident that you're graduating equipped with the knowledge and skills you need to make a positive impact in your communities, to succeed in your careers, and to find fulfillment in whatever path you choose. It's a very interesting time to be graduating, as there's so much uncertainty in the world, yet there's still so much hope and change as we look to the future. As you move forward into the workforce, I encourage you to consider the many ways which you can engage with your wider community, even beyond work, and be part of that hope and change. And as you move on from Loyalists, we really hope you will stay connected to the college and know that you will always have a family here to uplift and celebrate you. My very best wishes and congratulations to you on this momentous occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Joliffe. I would now like to call upon President Dr. Anne-Marie Vaughan, who will address the graduates. President Vaughan.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 55th Convocation of Loyalist College. Chair Pam Jolliffe, members of the board, distinguished guests, Loyalist colleagues, and graduates of the graduating class of 2022. We are Loyalist College, and we are small. Small gives us the power to do big things, things that make a big difference to our community, partners, and to you, our students. By now, you've seen and experienced and felt the benefits of small. The rustle of leaves away from the bustle of the big city, being a name, not a number to your teachers, connecting over coffee with your classmates, and it's the small things that got you here. The extra hour studying, the courage to ask questions, the smile to a stranger who soon became a good friend. But the real power of small is what it prepares you for. The big things coming your way, the big impact you're about to make. All of it, the small class sizes, small campus, small community, was designed to help prepare you for the big things that I know you will accomplish. So congratulations. This is a huge achievement and major milestone in your journey to career destination. While today may mark the end of your time at Loyalist, this moment is your beginning of everything else. Welcome to your beginning of big. Today, I'm especially proud of each of you for your tremendous resiliency and dedication to your studies. And I carry this pride with me every day as President and CEO of Loyalist College, as I walk through the halls and see just how tight-knit and connected our campus community is. I see the many small acts of kindness we exchange every day. We are truly a community college that cares, and we live this core value every day in everything we do. From the ways in which each of you care for your peers, the way faculty and staff are singularly focused on your success, and how both students and employees of Loyalist supported our surrounding communities over the last 2 years. Because small means being resilient. Throughout the pandemic, our small college has made a big impact when our communities needed us the most, giving our time, expertise, and care to help address everything from equipment scarcity and mass immunization efforts to food insecurity and local labor shortages. In fact, in March 2021, when our communities needed space and human resources to mount mass immunization clinics, Loyalist answered the call, and within 48 hours set up a clinic right here, in fact, in this gym, with our exceptional employees leading and 90 students involved, many of whom are graduating today. Together, we provided 50,000 vaccinations over a 5-month period. Then, in December 2021, this time with 24 hours notice, we did this again. This time with 60 students, mostly on the front line, providing immunizations. That's 60,000 vaccinations right here at Loyalist College. In addition, in 2021, our carpentry and renovation technician students built a shelter for Quinte healthcare workers who were working at the testing centers so they could seek protection out of the cold. I was reflecting on this morning's graduating class, and I thought how wonderful it is to have renovation and carpentry students graduating with our practical nursing students, who both used very different skills, but both truly used those skills to support and protect our community when we needed it the most. I'd like to make special mention of Stuart Wright, who's in our audience today. And Stuart is former chair of the Board of Governors at Loyalist College, but also former chair of Quinte Healthcare Board. And I think, Stuart, as you picked the right convocation to come to, and as you see these students graduate today, I'm sure you'll be handing them cards for employment at Quinte Healthcare immediately thereafter. Your dedication, students, and hard work have made Loyalist a force of good in our community. And the close relationships we forged allowed us to create better opportunities for you to learn in the field, in the real world. Small means being a connected, caring community. Right now, I'd like you all to take a moment to reflect on the exceptional contributions each of you make to our communities each and every day. You are delivering the services we need in health and policing, in human studies and engineering, in media arts and skills and applied science. You are groundbreaking innovators in data science, mechatronics, and cybersecurity. You are entrepreneurs. You are community leaders. You keep our society moving each and every day. Small is powerful, and you're all the proof we need. And that's why we've invested heavily in students with over $1 million in student funding each year and modernized facilities for the best learning environment. Because we know and believe there will be limitless returns as you all reach your endless potential. Ultimately, small empowers you to be successful. Every day I'm amazed to hear about the accomplishments of Loyalist graduates. Our grads go on to be innovators, disruptors, and change makers. And you will find your peers working in virtually every industry across our province, across this country, and indeed around the world. Every small measure we've taken here, every detail we've paid attention to, creates bigger and bigger impacts beyond this campus as you go on to accomplish the amazing things that I know you will. And that's why we have one of the top employment rates in this province, and why our student, graduate, and employer satisfaction rates are off the charts. We are small, so you can do big things. I am so delighted you chose Loyalist College as your launch pad to catapult you into the next big thing, and I hope you're as delighted as we are. Now, I know it's your graduation day, but before you leave, I have some homework for you. Wear your Loyalist badge and wear it with pride. It's time to start telling your own story. And as you tell it, I hope you share with others the power of a small, mighty college. You are all our ambassadors, and you will always be a part of our amazing and quickly growing community of almost 50,000 Loyalist alumni from over the past 55 years. You're the ones that can show the rest of the world what Loyalist is made of. And I personally can't wait to hear your stories about your big accomplishments. Having had the opportunity to connect with many of you personally, I know your own stories, and I know they will inspire so many others and continue to make your Loyalist College community very proud. Be sure to tell us about them, and please keep in touch. And each time you're faced with a big opportunity, we hope you remember the greatest lesson you learned here. Start small. Our doors will always be open, so enjoy this big day with your friends and family, and thank you for being part of ours. Here's to your beginning of big. Congratulations to you, the Loyalist College graduating class of 2022. For today's ceremony, our honorary diploma recipient is Colonel Ryan Deming, 8th Wing Commanding Officer. Born and raised in Simcoe, Ontario, Colonel Deming enrolled in the Canadian Armed Forces in 1993. He graduated from the Royal Military College in Kingston, Ontario, with a Bachelor of Engineering degree Mechanical in 1997 and earned his Navigator wings in 1998. Colonel Deming is a graduate of the Joint Command and Staff Program at the Canadian Armed Forces College in Toronto, Ontario, and holds a Master's of Business Administration from Trident University International. He is also a graduate of the United States Air Force Air War College at Maxwell Air Force Base in Montgomery, Alabama, where he earned his Master of Strategic Studies. Colonel Deming has held increasingly responsible roles throughout his career and was invested as an officer of the Order of Military Merit in 2017. He took command of 8th Wing in 2019. The relationship between Loyalist College and 8th Wing is unique and is of high importance to both of us. I'm delighted to say that we are on our way to become a military-connected campus, and I thank Colonel Deming for his support of these strategic opportunities. Unfortunately, Colonel Deming was unable to join us today, and we are awarding this diploma to him in absentia. It is now my privilege to introduce our Convocation guest speaker, Mr. Nick Foley, faculty member and program coordinator for the Public Relations Event Management Program here at Loyalist College. In addition to his roles at Loyalist College, Nick Foley is a speaker, a facilitator, an author, a teacher, a coach, a consultant, a real estate investor, and an entrepreneur. He does all of this with extraordinary energy, grace, and determination. Nick's focus is how to help people become their best self through consistent practices that he has designed and implemented in his own life. In so doing, he helps his clients become better for themselves and their teams. Nick has a master's degree in organizational leadership from the University of Guelph, Lang School of Business. He is a very proud father of Brandon Wells, from whom he has learned more than he ever thought imaginable. They have been and continue to be the greatest teachers in his life. When he's not traveling and facilitating, he makes his home in Belleville, Ontario. And we are very fortunate that Nick is a faculty member in our Public Relations Diploma and coach of our Enactus team. Graduates, if you haven't considered taking the college's PR post-grad diploma, trust me, you will after you hear from Nick. Please join me in welcoming our guest speaker, one of the best humans that I have ever met, Mr. Nick Foley.
Pressure's on here. Very grateful to be here. And as I was looking out and I'm seeing all these wonderful, beautiful graduates, I was kind of reflecting on my own path when I graduated several years ago. I was part of the group that made the upper 50% of the group possible when I graduated. And so you can understand how grateful I am to be speaking in front of you right now, because I am so rooted in the ethos of this beautiful school. I'll even say my wife is a graduate in the RPN program. My sister is a graduate from the RPN program. My mom was a graduate from the engineering program, and I have two uncles that were taking construction here, and I work here. And my brother also was denied entry twice. So we're very much rooted in in the Loyalist community. He's going to love me hearing that. I hope he's watching. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to speak at a school, a university out east. And as I was looking out into the group, I saw this young man. He was sitting there, and it didn't really look like he wanted to pay much attention to anything I had to say. And that happens. That happens from time to time. And he obviously wasn't a Loyalist grad and lives to a high standard like you all do, so thank you. But he was looking at me like I had nothing to offer his existence, and I get that. So what I thought I would do is share with him a couple of the things that I think has served me well in my life that I wanted to share with you today, that I kind of live by. And so just to paint the picture, this young man was sitting in the front row, and he was kind of leaning on one side of his butt cheek. Can I say that? On the one side of his cheek, I said it again. And he kind of had his hoodie up, and he had earbuds in, and just kind of looking at me like, let's get this guy off the stage. So I stared at him, and I thought, these are a few things I'm going to share with him. So 5 things I want to share with you, this wonderful group here. So I looked down and I said, number one thing that I would suggest that we all do as a community, but I know that you've all done as a graduating class of 2022, is to show up. And I am so inspired to look out and see how you are showing up for your existence. You are showing up on a consistent matter. The fact that you're going to leave these beautiful walls here in a few hours and showing up for your community and showing up for yourself and your family, it's so important. I'm a firm believer that the most successful people in this world, they show up. They show up consistently over time. They show up. I looked down at this kid and I thought that moved him for sure, right? Nope, didn't even move. He was still on the left side here. So I continued and I said, find something in your life to be enthusiastic about. I always say this to my students: you may not love the content that I'm giving you, but you can't say I'm not enthusiastic about this stuff. I just love it. I am full on. I go to bed every morning at 8:30 and I am up, and my wife is just like, you need to bring it way down. We've been married 100 years. She knows who she married, right? So 100 might be a little long, but you know what I mean. Talked about showing up and enthusiasm, and again, I'm a big believer in having something that you're enthusiastic about, because I feel if you can be enthusiastic about one thing, you can certainly be enthusiastic about others. Energy matters. Trust me when I tell you, energy matters. Again, I looked down at this kid, didn't even move. So then I started talking about time, and I'm a big believer that time is our most valuable currency. It's not digital, it's not assets, it's not conventional currency, it's time. And if you don't believe me, I want you to think about right now, you would not change places with a 98-year-old billionaire, no matter what. Time is our most valuable asset, and it's our most valuable currency. Use it wisely. Now at this point, I start to see this kid, and again, nothing. So I continued, and I asked the question, be curious. I am a question asker. If there's anything that I would say that I do in my existence is ask questions. because I want to be a perpetual learner like I know all of you have done. Continue to ask questions of your teachers and your mentors and your bosses and yourself. Probably more importantly, yourself. Go to the hard areas. You can do hard things. You've already proved it. You've got your diploma in 2 years of a pandemic. You want to talk about inspiring? I'm looking at it. Absolutely. You're next level. You do big things from a small school, and I'm inspired by looking at you. So I'm looking at this young man, and he doesn't move, and I realize all of a sudden he starts to twitch. And I'm thinking, oh, wow. As a motivational speaker, I have moved this kid. He is literally going to get up and give me the most arousing standing ovation ever. And everybody's going to follow him in suit, and I'm going to be like, I am the greatest presenter of all time. As he started to move, all he did was shift butt cheeks. And he sat down on the other side. And I realized at that moment, my friends, is that perhaps maybe he didn't need to hear it as much as I needed to say it. And so with that being said, I continued. And I said, find something in your life to be grateful for. I can't tell you enough how grateful I am for you, how grateful I am for the wonderful colleagues I get to connect with, how grateful I am for the fact that you show up every single day with unbridled enthusiasm, asking questions and understanding the importance of time. You're an inspiration, and I'm humbled to be in your presence. You know, I'm reminded as I talk to you right now about a story of a friend of mine. I don't know if you have these people, you probably all are them, but he's the kind of person that you just want to be around. He's that kind of person that just gets it. And as I was getting ready to graduate many years ago, I asked him in my undergrad degree, I said, Brad, what's your story, man? And he said, what do you mean? I said, you just get it in life. You're just really good at it. What's your story? And he paused for a minute. He said something I'll never forget that I want to share with you today. He looked at me and he says, Nick, how do you want to be remembered? So I paused for a moment. I said, I don't know. One day I'd like to be remembered as a good guy. And he looked at me and goes, well, that's the difference between you and I. He said, every single day when I wake up in the morning, I ask myself, how do I want to be remembered today? When I go to the rink for practice, when I go to a classroom, every room that I walk into, I ask myself the same question. How do I want this room to remember me today? Then he continued. He said, so often in our life, we devalue the person we are now in favor of the person we one day hope to become. No matter what it is you want to be remembered as, be that person today. Some of the greatest advice I've ever received in my life. My friends, as we walk out of here after this graduation, I want you to continue to ask yourself, how do you want to be remembered? Because I guarantee if you continue to ask yourself, how do you want to be remembered, the actions you take will reflect the answer you give. You're already going to be remembered as great. In my eyes, I already love you, and I don't even know half of you. But I think that if you can hate people for no reason, you certainly can love them. And I'm a big believer in being who you are and allowing that to come out in how you live. See, several years ago, I had the fortune of riding across the country. And I was riding my bicycle across the country to raise awareness for inclusion and acceptance of all people without bias. And I want to share with you a story. People ask me all the time, what was the defining moment? And for me, I always say it was the start. Here's what I mean. Picture this, ladies and gentlemen. You're sitting on the banks of the Pacific Ocean and you're scared. Your team is ready. You spent 18 and a half months getting to this moment, and all you want to do is go home. All you want to do is quit. But you realize that in your life, action always precedes inspiration. And as you walk out of here today, I will implore you to remember this. Don't look for inspiration, take action. Don't ask to take action, just take it. Because every single time that I looked for inspiration by taking action, I found it. I'm a big believer in that. And so I'm sitting on the banks of the Pacific Ocean wanting to go home. I have 8,321 kilometers ahead of me over 95 riding days, and I thought, I cannot do this. I miss my wife, I miss my young daughter, but action always precedes inspiration, so I count back from 3 and I get off the log. And I'm looking for inspiration anywhere I can find it, and it comes in the form of a young man on a bike. He cycles in front of me and he stops. He says, hey man, what's with the bike garb and all the lights? And I said, well, I'm getting ready to cross the country, cycle across the country. And he paused for a moment and he goes, wow, that's great. I did that in 2003. And I thought, what? And he goes, absolutely. I said, do you have any advice, young man? He goes, for sure I do. Ride for tomorrow. And I know what he meant. Ride for tomorrow, conserve energy, drink lots of water, get some rest. It's a long journey, ride for tomorrow. But I decided to listen to what he had to say and root that in the actions that I want to take for my life. See, I'm a big believer that the actions you say today have a profound effect on your tomorrow. If you don't believe me, look within. Look at all of you. At some point in your existence, you decided you wanted more for yourself. So you decided to take action. And you decided to come to this beautiful, wonderful school. We welcomed you with open arms, but you did the work. You showed up. Action always precedes inspiration, as I'm a big believer in. And so the actions you take today have a profound effect on your tomorrow. So you can imagine I'm feeling pretty good about myself. And as I'm walking away from this young man, I'm thinking, yes, I can do this. I can start the pedal towards the east. It's a long journey, but I got this. And all of a sudden, this cop car comes out of nowhere, as they sometimes do. And he stops in front of me and he goes, "Excuse me, young man, where are you heading?" I said, "I'm getting ready to ride across the country, sir." And I'm not kidding you. He goes, "Cool, man. I did that in 2007. At this point, I'm thinking, who hasn't done this? I said, "Do you have any advice, sir?" He says, "Not so much advice." He paused for a moment and he goes, "There's nothing in the world that can equate for the potential of the human spirit. On your journey, you're going to see unbelievable examples of potential and unbelievable examples of human spirit." And you know what? He was right. Because 95 days after that moment, we were able to cross the finish line in Newfoundland and St. John's, finally reunited with our daughter and my wife and family. My friends, I'm not telling you this to impress you. I'm telling you this to impress upon you that you have the tools now to take action. You have the tools to be exactly who you are and allow that to come out in exactly how you want to live. Don't ask for permission for that. You're going to find people in your life that are going to say things to you like it can't be done. One of the things that I learned in my existence is people never take advice from a person who hasn't done it. I don't know if you're going to be able to do everything that you want to do in your existence, but I do know this. Action always precedes inspiration, and you can take that step. You're an inspiring group. Have the why that you decide to do and have that rooted. If your why is big enough, your how every single time will show up. I know this because that's how I live my existence, and I'm privileged enough to speak in front of you, all of you. I'm going to get out of here on this final remark. The most successful people in my life, in all of our lives, spell love the exact same way. They spell love like my esteemed colleagues here. They spell love like all you wonderful, beautiful students. They spell love like your family and friends and colleagues, and they spell love like children. They spell it. Let me take you back. A few years ago, I was working in Saskatchewan, and I had to fly across the country to New Brunswick. My daughter, Bryn, was young at the time. She was only 4 years old, and I wanted to see her. And so I flew to Toronto. Instead of flying across the country, I flew to Toronto, and I decided that what I was going to do was come home, and I was going to, even though it was in the morning, I was going to say hello to my wife and say hello to Bryn and give her this little bear that I picked up in one of the Saskatchewan airports. And so I fly home, and I get to my house. It's 2:30 in the morning. And I walk into my daughter's room. She's, of course, sleeping. And I tuck this bear under her, and I give her a kiss on her cheek. And I go to leave. And as I go to leave, I turn around, and I knock over the lampshade. And I look over, and Bryn's awake, or doesn't say anything. She's not awake. So I go to pick it up, and I put it down. And then I start to walk, and I get to the end of the bed, and I hear this one, "Dad!" And I turn around, and Bryn is sitting up. And she goes, "You came back!" I paused for a moment, and I said, "Yeah, I always come back, Bryn." She goes, "Do you want to play?" And I said, "Oh, honey, it's 2:30 in the morning. We can't play." I said, "However, I bought you this little bear from Saskatchewan." And she kind of looks at it like, "Okay, Dad, thank you." I said, "Daddy's got to go away on another trip. I love you, but I promise I'll be back for Saturday, because Saturday's Pancake Saturday in our house. It's been like that since before she was born." And so I give her a kiss, and I tuck her in, and I walk to the door. And as I get to the door this time, ready to walk through the threshold, I hear, "Dad!" And I turn around, and this time my daughter is standing on the bed. She goes, "Do you want to play?" And at that moment, I thought, this kid's got no concept of time. Let's do this. So I walk over, and I grab my daughter, and I put her on my hip. And I walk down the hallway, and at the time, my wife, who was very pregnant with our young son, was walking up the stairs, and she says, "What are you doing?" And before I could answer, my daughter says, "We're playing, Mummy." So, of course, I respond with an emphatic, "Yeah, we're playing, Mummy." She knows who she married. So I continue to walk down into the living room, and it's late at night, obviously, so I ask my daughter to go pick out her favorite book, and she does. Coincidentally, it's not the one that I wrote for her, but that's okay. And as she sits on my knee, I start to read the first page, and as I understood, and I suspected, she laid her little head down on my shoulder and fell asleep. And so I walked up the stairs. I tucked her in, and I gave her a kiss. I got ready, and I drove to the Ottawa airport to fly to New Brunswick. And as I was driving to the airport, it dawned on me. The most successful people in this world spell love the exact same way all you graduates do. The most successful people in this world spell love like all my esteemed colleagues and your wonderful teachers and your friends and family. The most successful people in this world spell love like children, and they spell it T-I-M-E. They spell love time. Class of 22, congratulations. You have been an absolute fantastic group of people. You are now equipped to do big things. This is your moment. This is your time. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Nick Foley. Thanks so much for joining us on this special occasion and for delivering such a memorable, inspiring, energetic speech to the graduating class of 2022. If you could have been a little more energetic, I don't know. In recognition of your aspirational message of discovery and empowerment, we would like to present this certificate of appreciation.
Okay, that's a hard act to follow. So we've come to the formal part of our ceremony where certificates, diplomas, and awards will be presented. President Vaughan, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for diplomas by successfully completing curricula offered by the School of Applied Sciences, Skills and Technology and the School of Health, Human and Justice Studies at Loyalist College. They have been recommended by the faculty to be awarded certificates or diplomas in recognition of their accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Loyalist College, I do hereby confer on our graduates their respective Ontario College certificates, diplomas, advanced diplomas, with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
President Vaughan, on behalf of the graduates not present today, I request that you confer their certificates and diplomas in absentia.
I so do.
Shannon Claggett, Dean of the School of Applied Sciences, Skills and Technology, as well as Amanda Basquil, Dean of the School of Health, Human and Justice Studies, will oversee the conferring of certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas and awards. During the next part of the program, we will be presenting the graduates from the Applied Sciences, Skills and Technology programs who will proceed across the stage to receive congratulations from President Dr. Vaughan. Please welcome Dean Shannon Claggett.
Thank you, Vice President Monteith. President Vaughan, it is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas in radiation safety, carpentry and renovation techniques, carpentry and renovation technician, construction engineering technician, survey engineering technician, architectural technician, architectural technology, civil engineering technician, and civil engineering technology. School of Applied Sciences, Skills and Technology, Radiation Safety. Chelsea Bulger. Madeleine Cowell. Daryl Hodgkins. Megan Janicus. Anthony Jewell. Stephanie Lydiard. Serena Mercer. Nicholas Palmer. Mackenzie Pierce. Estevan Posadas. Robert St. Pierre. Patrick Stacy. Grace Wills. Emma Wilkie Whittington. Carpentry and renovation techniques. Matthew Cohen. Olivia Millard. Olivia is also the recipient of the Joho Award for Carpentry and Renovation for showing great promise in the skilled trade of carpentry and renovation, and the recipient of the Weston Family Scholarship in the skilled trades for demonstrated passion, desire, and motivation to build a successful career in the skilled trades. Sébastien Picard. Construction engineering technician, Bailey Matthews. Devang Kumar Patel. Survey engineering technician, Matthew Kizinger. Matthew is also the recipient of the Association of Ontario Land Surveys Eastern Regional Group Leadership Award for achievement in field surveying as demonstrated in courses of Geomatics 1, Field Safety, Field Techniques, and Geomatics 2, and overall leadership, and is the recipient of the Hastings and Prince Edward Area Land Surveyors Award for proficiency in fieldwork in the Survey Technician Program. Architectural Technician, Jaden Betts. Austin Brown. Peter Couvret. Jessica Davies. Logan Drew, also graduated from Residential Drafting and Design Techniques in 2021. Nicholas Frausen. Architectural Technology. Zachary Brooks, also graduated from Architectural Technician in 2021 and Residential Drafting and Design in 2020. Taylor Brown, also graduated from Architectural Technician in 2021 and Residential Drafting and Design in 2020. Jasmine Cicchini, also graduating from Architectural Technician and is also the recipient of the Quinte Home Builders Association Award for the Best Technical Report submitted by a graduating student of the Architectural Technology program. Glenn Dayton, also graduated from Project Management in 2021. Cameron Gray, also graduated from Architectural Technician in 2021 and Residential Drafting and Design in 2020. Daniel Montanari, also graduated from Architectural Technician in 2021 and Residential Drafting and Design in 2020. Cody Wilson, Also graduated from Architectural Technician in 2021 and Residential Drafting and Design in 2020, and is the recipient of the St. Lawrence Valley and Northumberland Durham Societies of Architects Award for the best design submitted by a graduating student. Civil Engineering Technician, Matthew Brooks. Kair Joshi. Sofin Amanale Lalani. Ashley McGraw, also graduated from Pre-Health Sciences, Pathway to Advanced Diplomas and Degrees in 2021. Thomas Newberry. Heather Norlock. Ayush Nikshabai Rakaholia. Jamin Jayesh Roy. Akankasha Valand. Joshua Rugdenhill. Corey Whalen. Civil Engineering Technology. Andrew Dockstader, also graduated from Civil Engineering Technician in 2021 and is also the recipient of the Building Sciences Faculty Award for the Worthiest Design Project in the third year of the Civil Engineering Technology program. Mallory Graham, also graduated from Civil Engineering Technician in 2021. Miranda Mashke, also graduated from Civil Engineering Technician in 2021. Jasmine Muir, also graduated from Civil Engineering Technician in 2021. Kira Voldok also graduated from Civil Engineering Technician in 2021 and is also the recipient of the Christopher Macaulay Memorial Award for High Scholastic Achievement in the Civil Engineering Technology Program and the recipient of the Ontario Good Roads Association Award for High Academic Achievement in the Civil Engineering Technology Program and recipient of the Peak Engineering and Construction Limited Award for demonstrating academic excellence, good communication skills, leadership ability, work ethic, and an interest in the construction industry. This concludes the conferring of certificates and diplomas delivered by the School of Applied Sciences, Skills, and Technology. Amanda Basquill, Dean of the School of Health, Human and Justice Studies, will oversee the conferring of diplomas in the Practical Nursing Program. Please welcome Dean Amanda Basquill.
Thank you, Dean Pleckett. President Vaughan, it is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College diplomas and awards in practical nursing. Willow Barberstock. Mackenzie Bedwell. Hannah Rose Brown. Brittany Casibo. Olivia Dawson. Mackenzie Doyle. Grace Farrar. Grace is the recipient of the Faculty Union of Loyalist College Award for recognizing a current challenge in their field and identifying how Loyalist graduates can help solve that challenge. Michelle Genero. Michelle is also the recipient of the Audrey I. Williams Practical Nursing Award for high academics in the Practical Nursing Program. Brittany Guthrie, who is also a graduate from the Pre-Health Sciences Pathways to Advanced Diplomas and Degrees in 2021. Avery LaFrance. Caitlin Marino. Savannah Miller. Helen Morrow. Deanna Myrie. Deanna also graduated from Pre-Health Sciences Pathway to Advanced Diplomas and Degrees in 2021. Joy Naylor. Jody Naylor. Emily Paris. Melinda Patterson. Melinda is also a graduate from the Pre-Health Sciences Pathway to Advanced Diplomas and Degrees in 2021. Adriana Pike. Adriana is also a graduate from the Pre-Health Sciences Pathways to Advanced Diplomas and Degrees in 2021. Chantel Poulin. Chantel is the recipient for the Practical Nursing Proficiency Award from Elsevier, Canada, for scholastic achievement. Miranda Price. Alexis Routhier. Kaylee Ryan. Kaylee is also a graduate from the Pre-Health Sciences Pathway to Certificates and Diplomas in 2021. Kelly Shermers. Kelly is the recipient of the Local 175 UFCW Health Office and Professional Division Award for Practical Nursing for proficiency in studies and clinical. Lindsay Selman. Lindsay is a graduate from the Pre-Health Sciences Pathway to Certificates and Diplomas in 2021 and is the recipient of the Registered Practical Nurses Association of Ontario Award for Overall Excellence and Demonstration of Leadership Ability. Megan Shea. Carrie Stafford. Carrie is also a graduate from the Pre-Health Sciences Pathways to Advanced Diplomas and Degrees in 2021. Sydney Summers. McKenna Thompson McCormick. Taylor Whaley Smith. This concludes the confirming of the diplomas for the practical nursing program.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating all of our graduates this morning.
Thank you so much. So this concludes Loyalist College 55th Convocation ceremonies. To our distinguished guests, the college community members, friends and family, thank you for being with us today to mark this very special occasion. To you, our graduates, congratulations once again. All the very best to you, and we look forward to seeing what you do next. Now, you're invited to join us for reception in the Link Lounge, and immediately following the ceremony. You just follow the recessional out to the Link Lounge. And now I would ask that everybody would please rise for the singing of the Royal Anthem and remain standing for the recessional. Thank you so much.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen, God save the Queen. Send her